Palm Springs is Palm Springs. It's that simple. Where else would one be?
It's all about interesting stories, the lifestyle of the stars of Greater Palm Springs, historical sketches, and how our desert empire really started. Owner of historic Ingleside Inn and Melvin's Restaurant, Mel Haber.
They come here to play. They come here to get away. More important, they come here to stay. Sooner or later, they all come to Palm Springs. During the next half hour, we'll go inside Palm Springs to find out just what lures the most successful people in the country to choose Palm Springs, California as their home.
Famous stage and screen actor and Rancho Mirage resident Patrick McNee of the TV series The Avengers fame made Palm Springs his home in 1953. We ask him about the world-famous Racquet Club.
I think the racket clubs are very important because initially people, I remember I worked with a girl and she said, "Have you ever been to Palm Springs?" I said, "No, where's that?" She said, "Oh, you haven't been to the Racket Club?" I said, "No, what's that?" She said, "It's a racket club." And of course, eventually one realized that the Racket Club is the sort of golden word here. And as at that time, as I say, all the Clark Gables and the Tony Curtises and whoever, all the big stars, yes, were here.
Mel Haber authored the book Bedtime Stories of the legendary Ingleside Inn. We ask him why.
In my 30 years at the Ingleside Inn and Melvin's Restaurant, I've had a lot of fabulous experiences and a lot of funny incidents. And people would ask me to tell them stories about various incidents, and I got tired of telling the stories, and I started to write them down and have them transcribed at Kinko's and copied, and somebody would ask me to tell them a story, and I'd simply hand them a bunch of papers and say, "Here, read the story."
George Jacobs' recent book, Mr. S., My Life with Frank Sinatra, is third on the bestseller list and is in its second edition. He worked for the chairman of the board for 15 years.
Well, I traveled with him. I was his right hand. I would answer the phone. I did cooking. I did all kind of things. And I would do all of the luggage. If we had guests, I made sure everybody got the proper rooms. I did money exchange for them and passports. He didn't do all that. It was my job. I did very well, otherwise I wouldn't have been there so long, because if you didn't know what you were doing, you couldn't hang around Frank Sinatra.
And then there was Ava Gardner.
Oh, unbelievable lady. She had a mouth like a sailor, though. She could yell and cuss. Oh, and he loved the ground she walked on until she died. Still loved her after she died. He took care of her until she died. Marilyn was like a daughter. We took care of Marilyn. We had the apartment on Doheny right off of Sunset. There was Nicky Hilton's father owned that. He had the only one upstairs, and me and Sinatra and Gloria and Marilyn had the 4 downstairs. He sent me over to Marilyn's room one day to fix her some breakfast, and I opened the door, and she's lying on the bed naked, you know. So I shut the door and I went back. I said, "Mr. S, I can't go in there. She's lying in there stark naked." He said, "You're married to a white woman. You got 3 children. You have never seen a naked white woman. Get your ass out and go fix her. Wake her up."
Why didn't Kennedy stay at Sinatra's after becoming president?
Peter Lawford somehow or another brought him the story that the old man Joe didn't want Jack to be hanging out with him because of the association with people from Chicago. When he'd come to Palm Springs, he thought he was Frank Sinatra, and Sinatra thought he was JFK. They each wanted to beat each other.
Pal Joey's nightclub owner, Joe Hanna.
I was a part owner in Pal Joey's, and we opened in 1972. And Pal Joey's was taken from the movie picture Pal Joey's, and we got an awful lot of celebrities. There was Cary Grant, Sinatra, Dean Martin, Kirk Douglas. We had all that. It was an era.
From presidents to CEOs, Hollywood stars to sports celebrities, and all the beautiful people in the world, they all come to Palm Springs, California. Please join us again next time for another look inside Palm Springs.